Hey guys, and welcome back to expert scripting tutorial number 10. And again, this will be a showcase, but it still teaches you something, because instead of me trying to struggle for like 20 minutes to 10 hours, you just can watch the end result without any things that can get you confused. So this time we are going to have something interesting. Well, we already had this thing before. It was interesting too and unique. It's used a different technology, if you can call it. Well, watch the previous video if you want to know more about it. So this time I made creation. Actually, it took me probably entire day, or like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours literally, or 8, something like that ish. So without further ado, let's start it, I guess. So I created the sword. Yeah, sword. Wow, amazing, right? Yeah, I know, super amazing. Didn't even show up because since starter pack not in workspace. But this is not just a sword. Also, I didn't create it. I just took it from a toolbox and modified. No, don't quit this video yet. I modified it a lot, and it has custom animations that I made it by myself. All of them. Except, no, yeah, any clip animation. Well, I didn't need it, so I just left it be by default. Everything else is made custom by me. Yes, I can also make animations, not only script, and yeah, it has those values that were here by default. And yes, this kinda spoils something, but let's ignore it for now. Then, well, it had the source script, sword, swing animation script, and local GUI. I did not modify local GUI at all. Everything else was modified quite a bit. And, well, I probably should have showed you the final result instead. So, yeah, here you go. Bunch of errors because some unupdated scripts. Right, let's equip it. Yeah, I might change this. It depends. If you like this, you can write in the comments, yeah, dude, it's a great sword. And then I will wish you made it better and finish it. So that's my animation. Well, I made it pretty realistic. So, for example, if I click it, right, I come to this guy, right? And then, well, first time it does that, yeah. So it does this slash, then like that. Then it does that trusting, and then it does that downward slash, which was called overhead, but I guess it's underhead. Whatever. So yeah, those pretty great animations. Yeah, pretty proud of it. And then it has something special, so I'll just gonna let you enjoy it. Right, see that pile of dudes? Yeah, hold on a second, wait, I need to unscrew the pommel, and it does that. And well, if you watched some medieval YouTubers, you might get this meme. Yes, it is a meme. For those who don't know, there was a video called "End Him Rightly," and then that video guy showed a technique how you would distract your opponent. So nice, something like this, but less weird. Right, let's just kill him. Whatever. So it showed the technique, and you can just unscrew the pommel, right? That part, the end part of the sword, and just throw it. Of course, this is in real life stupid and ineffective, probably. So I guess you can enjoy this in Roblox much better. If you try to do some weird things like any other sword is, like you can just you know, walk and stab everyone. Yeah, it doesn't work in real life, trust me. Then you would kill them. Like you just can go through them and do the helicopter thingy. You can just do that, but with this sword you can't. You actually get locked in the position until you finish the action. So I guess that's pretty realistic, because you can't really slide on the ground, just I guess concrete right now, and then slash everyone through your way, because that would be stupid. And it does something interesting. Yeah. Also, I might recommend you first person I mean, or the shift lock thingy, because it seems like it's a bit better that way. Also, well, I guess you can do 360 by that, I think. Yeah, probably. So yeah, it's not perfect, but you can always do that. Hold on a second. Oh, wait. Yeah, also have mentioned it doesn't really throw into the direction you would want to go, at least not every time, so you can kill yourself with it sometimes. And it also does that, so yeah. Oops, accidentally pressed it. Also, I can't move when I'm doing this, and I think I fixed that. Well, you can do this, you can spam it's E. Oh yeah, also if you try to unscrew it when you don't have a sword because explosion destroyed it, well, let's just say there's nothing to unscrew, so it wouldn't make sense that you would throw something into their faces. So yeah, I guess this is realistic too. You might want to know how does this work. So here you go. Well, it has those values, and right. So let's start from, I don't even know, maybe animation script. Right, so I have this. Well, first I added player because it needs it, kind of. So can use pommel, of course. You can throw it, and for those who don't get it, it's just, and this ball is a pommel. Yeah, it's called pommel. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like that in real life, but I guess this is as close as you can get in Roblox. Yeah, because if you didn't notice, Roblox is pretty opposite of realistic. Right, so that's just a global variable. By name it can use pommel, so it's a table. Because more players might get this sword, so this would be different for everyone. And then it's throw by default. Then mouse, you just use it for key detection. How is it called? Key press events? Yeah, something like that. Right, so that's just a function that was here, and it just finds for child. First it's parent, well, it's kind of like the default function, and it also uses find for child. Yeah, well, parent, so parent is just an argument of that thing that's what it's gonna be passed through. So if it finds a child name, if find for child, right, and then instead of column, instead of this being before it and then column right here, it just puts it in first argument and the second one. So then it returns not true but parent and child name, so it will be something dot something. Right, so tool script.parent, obviously this thing. Right, animations is a table, gonna be filled with animations right here. My humanoid character, all nil for now. Pretty self-explanatory. function play animation, so, and then it will be used right here. Well, not here, but right here, I think. Yeah, those animations. So if animations dot something something animation name, if it finds something, then this is gonna be planed. So yeah, then stop animation, same thing pretty much, right? Then on equipped, so it's just this from this right here. Well, I added this line right here. So character, well, it's told at parent, because it's usually just in character, not in a like particular folder or something. So humanoid, again, wait for child, my character, a humanoid, so it's parent and then the child. Yeah, then my humanoid, if it exists, then it just loads those animations, and then it just waits for child, just so it wouldn't break. Now I see why did they use that wait for child function. Yeah, okay, then we have, well, it plays animations, then after this loads everything of this, right? So equip and then idle, and I made the idle animation myself, by the way. Equip, well, yeah, I think equip too, which is this. You can see it's, if it begins by 1, I made it because it's a pretty recent animation and it's a big number, obviously. And let's see, yeah, an equip animation has that asset ID thing, which is a little bit smaller. So yeah, as you can see right here, I made well, almost every animation. That took quite a while, definitely. So on equipped, animation name in something, because it doesn't matter, it just stops every single animation if it's unequipped, so it won't just run some weird animations for obvious reasons, right? So throw pommel, that's made by me, right? So if you press E and then that value is true, it's global because I'll need it in other scripts. So this is gonna set to false, so you wouldn't spam pommels everywhere. Yeah, I tried, it's a disaster. So humanoid walk speed 0 because it locks in place, so you wouldn't do some weird stuff, but you still can move if you attack, so it might need fixing, so let me know if you like it. And then play animation, pommel throw, so it's this animation, and then sound equals workspace, that's just pretty much player, like game.players, but in workspace, so workspace player.name.sword.pommel.unscrewing, that's a sound. Well, you heard it, I can show you it again, right? Pommel unscrewing, right? Oh, of course it won't let me. Whatever, at least it lets me when I'm playing the game. So it waits this specific time because it's animation, a certain animation's position, so when it stops unscrewing it, when it's unscrewed entirely, then it just invokes the server and it gets right here, no, right here, pommel script. That's pretty long too. Right, so it equips. When it equips, well, it connects this and this, obviously. So this again, I think, yeah, it's made by me. So when it presses it, it connects this function. Right, and this, well, I think I already explained it, yeah. It's pretty simple. Right, so now it just waits for child, and then when it changes, so when this play slash animation changes, Then you just connect it so it would be played. And wait, I think that's the value. Tool.play/. Yeah, it's this one. So when you change it, it just sets it to not. Doesn't matter if it's true or false. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. But if I was that developer who made this, I would maybe do it a little bit differently. But I guess it works, so it doesn't matter. Then he commented it out weirdly. I don't know why, well, whatever. I did not touch it. So this is pretty much the same, and this is the same, right? Then we have this, yeah, as you can see, boom, 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 boom. Pretty self-explanatory. Right, so function stroke pommel, interface player, and then right, we use again this to be false, just in case something happens in the script. Right there, that's animation script, because that's kind of redundant, I know, but why not, just to make sure. Right, so character will be player.character pretty much, or workspace player.name if you try to access it from workspace. So character.sol.yml, well, we just make it transparent, we don't want to destroy it. And again, I use a clone just in case I lose it and if it falls through the ground. So yeah, this will fix some issues, and it will optimize some things. So it's a good way to do things, I suppose. Right, then we play another sound. Can I at least listen to this one? No, of course not. Well, I think I already tried to. Does this work? Of course no. Right, so we wait this specified amount of time precisely, and then we just put a clone in the hand by using manual welds. I think I had a tutorial right here. Here you can see it. Go check it out. About welding. You can learn pretty much everything. So yeah, we just weld this to C-frame, well, precisely on the hand. That's the offset of it. I think it doesn't matter if we set C0 to this. Then we have force direction. Again, I'm using attachments because they seem to work the best. Or is there another way that you can make something to shoot in a straight line right in front of you? Well, if there is one, let me know in the comments again. And then we just set this force direction attachment to be positioned a bit above us, because otherwise it would just fall on the ground. So that's why there is Y direction. Then I do an offset to it, so it would be as straight as it could be, I guess. Then we just put it in the upper torso because it moves the least. Force, well, body force, that's why you need the attachment. Again, it's kind of a similar concept as I used on unrelenting force, shout. I still have it, you know, I can press E and shout. Not sure what will happen. The last episode of Expert Stream Tutorials we have some Roblox universe explosion with some superpowers like Superman has or something, or all the superheroes. Might be, I don't know. So force, just put the force, no that force from Star Wars. Yeah, I know you thought about it. So we just put it in the pommel, so it would be right here. Body force. Yes, I know there will be two forces inside, but whatever. I can just remove it. It wouldn't make any sense because it wouldn't make any difference because it's not used at all. So well, I can just set to 0, 0, 0. Right, so again I'm using the lerp function as in the unrelenting force, and then I lerp it from upper torso to the force directions world position. Right, and then set it to false, so it wouldn't collide with my hand and be stuck, and so it would just fall through the map and get destroyed naturally. Although I'm not sure how natural does it seem to be. Whatever. Not sure what I'm saying today. So pommel.manual, well, that gets destroyed, so it would just clear some space. And then well, after a specified amount of time, you know, this, and my hand is at the throwing position when I'm about to release it, so it would just get launched. Yeah, that's why it's here. Then we waited that amount of time, so it would reach the top of its arc, and then it would just fall on the ground right somewhere. And that's the throwing part. Right, just waits that amount of time because I felt it's the most natural, I guess. So, and then it just gets to default walk speed, just 16, and then transparency equals 0, so I could use the pommel once again. Right, and that's just what that does. Then, just to make things a bit meme-ish. Wait, is that a word? I'll assume that meme-ish is a word, so boom.position, well, that's just explosion. We just set it on the pommel, and then explosion type just to make something. If I had terrain, then blast radius 20. Might be dangerous, might kill you instead, but it's good enough, I guess. Can decrease it if I don't know if you can edit this place when I publish it, but whatever. I might leave this in the description, or you can just visit my place, because now Roblox lets more public places to be public. So let's continue. So sound, well, it's that sound. We don't need to create another sound because we don't move it anywhere and we don't lose it. So we just play the sound, right? And pommel the touch connect function, you know, boom 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 boom, because why not? Why not to make 4 if you can, and 1 is not enough. Wow, actually made a sentence that makes sense. Amazing. Anyways, guess let's go to the large swing and script and local GUI. Well, you can just take a look. I'm not sure if it actually does something. I guess on equip local, maybe this does something. I guess maybe. Gun cursor, gun weight cursor. No, I don't think it does anything. Okay, now we have a tool again, script.parent, sword, tool.handle. Right, so well, those are nil. Might be useful later. Equipped false. Debris, that's the service. Tag humanoid, that's a function that if it finds a humanoid, then creator tag, which is an object value, and value equals player, so that's the creator player. He could have just made a value in a script, right? Can you make an object value? Because you can just do like fat. Yeah, might work, I guess. Yeah, probably. I guess the name and parent, well, that's a tag, so whatever. And then it just puts it in a trash can, and after a second it just gets destroyed. Yeah, that's the debris service trash can. So that's the hit function. So humanoid again, be player if it finds anything right here, and then that hit has a parent, so if it's a model thing, and if it's my humanoid, then humanoid it sets it to hit the parent, so it would be it just would find your humanoid, and then if it's V player, then it just gets player from character. It probably won't work if it's not a character. So if you would for example hit some NPC with a humanoid, so I think it wouldn't work that way. I think, or I'm totally wrong. And then enable to damage equals true. I think I added this. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I left it right here, like it was. So tag humanoid, that function right over there, and it just was humanoid, and then V player. Not sure what V stands for, but whatever. It has a humanoid and a player, yeah. And the V player, just if it gets something. I don't think this is gonna work if it doesn't have player. Get player from character, I mean function. Yeah, probably. It takes that amount of damage, although it takes a little bit more, I think. Because sword script or sword swing has those damages. Yeah, this one. So unequipped, right? Then v.character equals tool.parent. I mean v character, yeah. And then my torso. V character. It just finds upper torso. Yeah, I think I fixed that. It was just a torso. Yeah. And then my humanoid, it finds it humanoid. And yes, if you are wondering, when I inserted it had quite a few warnings. I think it was like 8 or something, or 10. It didn't have any errors, so I guess that's cool. But warnings are still pretty bad, because that means it's old script and they had to fix it. So if it equips, then it connects that function on equipped. So it character to the parent, and then you know that stuff. It finds your torso humanoid. Right. So sword touched, and it just cuts when it touches it. But it only kills you. Well, I guess it works, yeah. Only damages you if it's enabled to damage equals true. I think I added this because you could have just swung it 360 no scope and stuff would work, or something like that. So now we get to this part. I think those scripts are connected. Sword swing and sword script. I think. Right, so R, that's run service, damage 0, and then also it has some values that were irrelevant, and it would just throw this warning if I delete them and on global, so I had to comment them. Then enable to damage false, because we'll make it true. No, I think this function, yeah. If it's false, then it does nothing. But if it is true, no, not this. Yeah, it just ends this function, this entire function. It does that? No. No. What am I saying? It just returns nothing from the function. That just ends it. Just one line statement. Right. So again, this sets it to false. This also sets it to no. If it's false, then it does nothing. If it sets it to false, if it's true, then it sets it to false. And then if it's nil, not sure why is it in brackets. I don't think it needs to. Whoa. Now I just messed it up. Yeah, it doesn't need to be in brackets. Maybe in other languages like C++, C# needs to, but it doesn't need to be in Lua. It's pretty dynamic language, if you want to call it. Also, in other languages you need to put those things, but in Lua, you do not. Well, I guess it won't do an error if you put those forgot how are they called, seriously. Yeah, if you put them right here, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't throw an error. But if you put it in a place where they are not supposed to be, as well as in C++, for example, yeah, I know it a little bit, then it just throws an error like it would on C++. If it just sets to false, obviously, and then if it's nil, if it doesn't have a parent, the thing that I hit it, and let's see, then it's just true, and then it returns something when the bullet hits a sword. Hold on, happens when a bullet hits a sword. Well, obviously it's not made by me. And the bullet, wait, that's weird. So is that bullet then put in, is it being put in outside the workspace then? Okay, that's weird, kind of. Humanoid equals hit that parent dot human, no, you know, find the humanoid, obviously, then the character is just bullet parent. That's, I think that's just workspace character, that's what it wants to say. Yeah, well, it could be W character, then workspace player, I guess it makes sense, and then it just finds it from character. I guess it can also say just the character, the name in those brackets. So yeah, a human, I guess it finds characters humanoid. I guess that's your humanoid. Yeah, non-null if tool held by character. Yeah, I see what it means. So if humanoid, I guess it can just say like that. It's pretty much the same. And then and humanoid is not equal. So if it's not you, you wouldn't hit yourself, right? It's pretty important. You do not want to kill yourself with a sword that you are holding, right? Don't do that, okay? Okay? So, if there is a humanoid, your humanoid particularly, right? If you exist, right? And you hold a sword, then it does it, okay? If you do not exist, sword doesn't attack. Get what I'm saying? Good. So, right arm, again, I think, yeah, I changed it. It's right hand now, because it was right arm, yeah. That's why it's kind of confusing. I didn't change the variable itself, because I would need to change it everywhere. So, yeah, I fixed it. Right, so, if right arm, again, it does that. In C++ thing, so you can just say this, pretty much the same thing. And then joint equals right arm, find the right grip. Well, it's not a thing that is by default, if I don't think. I think it has it right here, right grip. Or no, it's yeah, it's a joint. I guess they didn't change the joints, so it works. Right. Then if joint, once again it is the same. Wait a second. Why doesn't it have the... Oh. Okay, now, okay, it's different. Now the bracket is right here. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, figured. If it does, well, my bad. I see, well, yeah. In C++, you do need to do this. You need to group those things. Yeah, I see why it did that. But you do not, well, you can do it if you get confused by this, because this is how and or operators work. But Lua makes it a little bit dynamical, so you wouldn't need to say write those brackets. Yeah, so tag humanoid, that's a function that I explained before. Humanoid and then workspace player. So yeah, humanoid take damage, and damage is, I think, one of these variables. Yeah, damage is this. Wait a second, what? But it's 0. That doesn't sound right. I think it changes it. Well, it has the damage equals slash lunge and overhead damage. Yeah, it does this. Yeah, it has this damage, so it changes later. Right, here's a long script. Okay, take damage, it just takes this, waits 1, then attack humanoids. Just that function, humanoids, somewhere. Yeah, right here, it just resets it pretty much. Humanoid nil, then tag creator, and then tag nil, then tag the parent nil, so destroy. Yeah, exactly. You can just write it, column destroy, but I guess it will, well, no, it don't destroy it, because it disconnects it from the rest of the world, so, and that wouldn't make any sense. If it needs to be, again, reconnected to the world, if it finds those things, you know, and the joint, the part 0 is a sword, and that joint, no, not that joint, this, not gonna say that again because it might get demonetized, this video that is. So if it dot part 1 is a sword and part 0 is a sword, then it does that stuff. And if it finds it also, so it tags it, and humanoid takes damage, right? Then untags it after 1 second, or else it just sets it true, because it probably was false. If it doesn't find the right arm, it also sets it to true. And if it's not a humanoid, or humanoid is not, or those things are not, if you are dead, it resets it. Pretty much resets. Pretty clever script, on my opinion. So again, tag humanoid, creator tag equals, I think I already explained it, or it was in the previous script. So tag humanoid equals and then humanoid player, you know, sets a name creator, so who created this tag, I guess, yeah, probably, no, yeah, creator, so you won't kill yourself probably. And then I already explained it. Okay, let's get to attack side. Jeez, 130 lines. Attack, right? Local human, it's this, that humanoid, right? So you just put it, just go up a little bit. Then I comment this out, and already why. So tool, I guess, tool dot handle dot slash sound and play, and slash sound, I think I didn't change it. Slash sound, no, I did, but of course I can't say it, I can't listen to it. I think I didn't change the hit sound, I think, and which one is it? Unsheath sound, yeah. And yeah, of course I took it from a toolbox, because I'm not gonna pay Roblox for that. Just a tutorial. I'm not gonna get paid for this tutorial anyways, for the reasons I already made a video about. Let's just continue, okay? Right, so play slash, it just changes it, right? And that's because if it changes it, those scripts trigger. So that's how are they connected, right? So walk speed is going to be changed to, well, it gets resetted. That's made by me. Yeah, I changed this line, only this. You might get some organizing, I guess. Then lunge, human, it just gets the humanoid once again. Handle lunge sound, it plays it. And then overhead, that value is changed. Weird. Force body velocity, it should lift me up, it doesn't. I guess I don't even need it, and that lifting up is silly, to be honest. There are many ways to make it better. At least now. Maybe it wasn't before. Yeah, I should just remove this or comment this out. Just in case I may or may not need it. Probably not. See, I'm still editing as I go. Okay, it enables the tool. Last attack 0, status 0. Maybe used later. Then on activated, that's long function. Pretty much until the end. So it's the humanoid. And if tool, so I guess if it's false, yeah, probably if tool.enabled equals false, I think that's what it tries to say. If tool is enabled, then it just sets it to true. No, false. In character tool.parent, again it does that. Column, no, that's not a column. Semicolon, I think that's one. Yeah, finally got the word. So those semicolons just don't need to be here. It can, obviously, it can just put the semicolon everywhere, but it wouldn't do anything. Because as I said, whoa, I'm just messing it up. Because Lua is dynamic language. Right. So humanoid equals character.humanoid. Right, pretty simple. And if it's, well, I can see if not humanoid, but I guess this works. If it's not equal to nil, you can just delete it. If it is equal to nil, it says, then I might keep it. Then for print humanoid not found, although that's unlikely if you are doing it on your player. If you are doing it on some Sword AI, also I suggest you to make it from scratch, Sword AI, because those are outdated. I tried to find one that I could fight against, but I did not find any. Right, well, you might find some, but I just didn't. So local T, again, I needed to change it to local because it wasn't for some reason. So T equals runs furthest, I think. Yeah, stepped colon wait. So it waits for a frame. That one, let's see. I think 8, whatever. Doesn't show me that suggestion bar for some reason. You might not see it at all because it doesn't want to record it, because I'm recording just the window, Roblox window. So that may be the reason why don't you see it at all when I'm trying to do stuff. So if again, yeah, in C++, yeah, this is required, this is mandatory. In Lua, you do not need it. I can just leave it here. Of course I can, but I just like it when it's in Lua language. I think you don't need those brackets too. Yeah, it still works that way. But meh, I like when it's like that for some reason. Local T equals, yeah, I already said it. So if T, that's just run service that's stepped, so it's like render stepped. I think that's time that it needs to wait for a render a frame, I think, something like that. Minus last attack if it's less than 1.5, then it's just I guess it can just put an oh no, I can't, because there is else. If there is else, you can't put you can't combine if statements. That will break stuff. Right, that makes sense still. Pretty good script, as I said. So if status is 3, then it just resets it and damage equals 0. Right. That's why it just, when you click once, it does that weird thing. And this is why it resets the last attack. Exactly. Well, otherwise it just, again, it just was put by me. It just locks you into place. In status it just increases by 1, and value status not value, just sets it to opposite of value. Wait a second. Is this here before? Yeah, this status, so also values. Let me check. Yeah, it was here, value, so this, tool.play / play overhead, right? That's just those values. You can put more animations if you want, and or using this script. So yeah, this will work certainly. You just need to add a couple things from what I see right here. So damages, again, same thing right there. You can tweak those damages if you want, if you think it's too OP. In my opinion, well, it's good enough because I'm just testing stuff. On a real game, maybe, not sure, maybe too much. So sounds, again, same thing, it just sounds. You just place them. Then enable to damage true, wait, 0.5 false, it just resets it. Or maybe not resets it, but or okay, I'm confused. Okay, I think when it's false, you can attack people. You can swing your sword and stuff, but you can't damage them. But when it's true, I think you are then playing that animation and swinging a sword, and then you can damage people. I think this is how it works. Yeah. So the title still makes sense. But if it was attacking, it has to be opposite, unless you want to get confused. So local human equals this, that humanoid just finds a humanoid and resets it to 19. I think those two lines are made by me, yeah, or added by me. So let's see, it just resets this if the last attack is not this. Yeah, it just resets it over time. Yeah, that's what it tries to do. If you are spamming it, that will switch attacks. Yeah, that's what it does. I guess it's not necessary to be here, but it can. So last attack equals T. I think that's the render stepped. Run service.stepped column wait. And then tool.enable true. So it would just attack stuff, I think. Probably, yeah, it would use those animations. And then on equipped, then it just waits 0.3 and so on seconds. I think it has a limit, around 15 decimal places, but you get the point. This is what happens when you divide 1 by 3. So tool.handle unsheath sound play. So it's not that weird, obnoxiously loud sound, but it's weird, a different one, and it's not really realistic. I did not change it because I don't know why. I might change it if you want, again, if you like this creation. So tool.equipped, it connects everything. Yeah, no need to explain wall connection. Or the touch connects this. I guess it just makes a function or something like that. Jeez, that took quite a while to explain. Wow. I think that was everything I wanted to explain. Okay, I had to drink some water because of it. That was too much. I guess that was it. So I'll put the video of that meme in the description, and if you want to watch it, go ahead. I guess that's a shout out, kind of. Yeah, that guy's name is Cologram, or I guess channel's name. So yeah, sure, enjoy. And I'm just gonna leave you with this smooth animation. Oh, also forgot to show you the first person. Well, it looks interesting, to say the least. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's interesting. Yeah, it might even be better in first person. Yeah, surprisingly, because many things in Roblox are horrible in first person. Well, not horrible, but better in third person. That weird 2-3, if you want to call it third person. So again, so I'm just going to leave you here with this very nice explosion. Goodbye.